YouTube, this is a grading reveal video. I just paid for some invoices on Fanatics Collect for CGC grading fees. So it's $10 per card for CGC grading on Fanatics. One thing that's a little bit weird is that it just tells you vault item 726. It tells you the number for the vault item, but I'm not sure what card this is for, and you have to go through and pay the invoices one by one instead of just giving you one bill. So I just paid 12 of these, $10 a piece, and one was for 20, and I was trying to figure out why this one was for 20. It says it has two item numbers, so there were two cards in this invoice, and so I'm not sure. When I go to my collection, I can see the cards, but I'm just not sure what invoice matches what card. So if I click into this card, for example, I see the certification number, but I don't see like whatever I was seeing before in the, when I was paying the invoices, there were these numbers, and so I'm not sure how to align those up to the cards, because when I count the amount of cards that were added, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I see 12 cards were added, and I guess I just paid $120 in fees. So we'll go through here and I'll show you what we got for the 12 cards. Let me see if I can click into them. 2, 3, one by one. So this was the second batch that I got back from Fanatics through CGC. And the thing is, I don't get to see these cards in person because I'm buying them on eBay and then I'm sending them to grading. So this one got a CGC 10 gem mint, and it's probably a pretty low pop. It's probably a pretty low pop 10, this card. So hopefully it'll do well. And it got a 10 for the auto. There's the back. There's just a tiny bit of white here on the back in the corner, lower corner. So that was a 10-10, the Ty Simpson. This one got a 7. Pretty unfortunate. There I can see a little white around this rim here. There's a little chip here on the edge. Maybe this corner isn't perfectly sharp, and this one neither, doesn't look super duper sharp. And this one neither, it's a little bit rounded, and this one has a little something on it. So obviously this is a much higher quality photo than the one that I would be going off on eBay sometimes. And some of these, you could see here, there might be a little bit of white inside here. And some of these cards I might figure maybe they won't get a 10, but if I'm already paying $3 for them to get authenticated, I might as well pay $10, and then they're actually in a slab and they have a number on them, and I'm thinking they might be easier to sell with the slabs than just in an authenticated. I can show you what the ones look like in authenticated, because I feel like sometimes people think something's wrong with a card if it just has an authentic. Like this one, for example, it just says certified authentic. It's basically just a raw card, an ungraded card. But I feel like, would this card sell better like this or in a CGC slab, even if it was like an 8 or a 9? Like, I don't know if it would grade well, but So sometimes, but 7 is obviously not that great. So next we got this refractor, got a 9.5. That's pretty good. Let's see if we see anything wrong. Maybe just the tiniest bit here. The other side. You can see the auto through the card a little bit. And there's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit white here. So that's not too bad. 9.5, an 8 for the auto. Wow, that's 8 for the auto. It looks okay to me. I don't know. Wonder why I got an 8. Maybe because it's a little bit thin. I don't know. The auto looks pretty good for an 8. I don't know. Maybe because this issue thing here is sticking out from the card, from the sticker. I don't know. Okay, next we got a 7.5. This is just the base. I can see right away the white on the lower left. Let's see if we can see anything else. Maybe some scratch here if that's on the card. This line here, here, and here. And then if that's on the card, that's pretty bad scratch there. I think if I would have seen that on the photo in the eBay listing, I would not have paid the $10 and I would have just let it be authentic for $3. But there you go, that's a good reason why it got a 7.5. This one got a 9, Dante Moore Big Kahuna. And I can see on the lower, come out a tiny bit. It's a little off-centered, obviously. The left is thicker than the right. There's a little white here, lower left, and on the right here, lower right. So a 9 is a pretty good grade for that. Let's see the back, it's also off-centered on the sides. Yeah, so 9 makes sense. 7.5, this is surprising for this card. Just came out, 2025 Bowman Chrome. Let's see if we can see anything. Anything wrong with the card? Is it a little fat on the right? You can count the dots here and there should be 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be about 5 on each side. It's hard to tell here because it's a little dark. Yeah, it's a little too dark to tell. But I don't really see anything wrong with the card on the front. Let's see on the back. Maybe a little bit on this corner right here. There's a little white. I'm not really sure why this card is that a little something on the corner right here. Not really sure why this card got a 7.5. It might be off-centered. This right side looks a little fat. It should match this left side here. But it's not terrible. The other thing to look at is the Bowman Chrome logo. Is it equal from here to the side and from here on the bottom? It looks a little bit bigger on the bottom. And if that's the case, it should be a little bit thinner on the top if you go up here. Bowman first, is it thinner right here than it is on this side here? And it looks like it is a little bit thinner here than it is here. And then it looks like right around this red here, there's some kind of little fuzz. There's a little bit of white stuff here along the right, along the red border. The other thing to look at is this foil here. Sometimes it looks like this foil chips very easily. I've noticed it on a lot of these cards from this set. And it looks like here there's a little bit of foil missing. around the logo, around the team logo, maybe a little bit here too. And then I don't know if this is on the card, between the U and the N, there might be a little chip here. So that's something to keep an eye out on these cards, is just this foil here that goes around the logo. So that makes sense maybe why I got 7.5. Okay, so this one we got a 10, Lenore Sellers, blue, out of 150. I think it's on card auto. So pretty good grade there. Looks good. See, this one doesn't have any of that stuff on the red here. And also you can see this, there's no kind of like silver chipping. And it might be a different, on these refractors, I think this might be different than on the base cards. It might just be the base cards that have that foil chipping issue. Now around the logo, it's still, to me, it looks a little bit thinner on the side than on the bottom. See, on the top, it's clearly thinner on the top than it is on the side. So it's not perfectly centered. There might be a tiny, tiny bit white here. Otherwise, the card looks good. So that's a 10. This one got a 9. Refractor. Let's see what we can see on this one. Nice sharp corners. Again, you can see how thin the top is compared to the side here. No chipping. I think it might be a refractor thing. It doesn't have the silver foil that chips around the logo. And here it's a little bit thicker on the bottom than it is on the side. Let's see if there's anything wrong. I didn't see much on the front. Yeah. Hard to tell. Maybe there's a little bit of white right here on the edge. Tiny. And right here on the corner. It's hard to tell. Some of these specks, they might be on the case, like this here. This might be on the case, and this too. The auto looks good. Got a 10 for the auto. Hard to tell why this one got a 9. I don't really see anything wrong with it. In this photo, you can see the dots better. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what you want to see. And then on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, like maybe 4.5 on the bottom. So there you go for the 9. This one got a 10. The base. What's it say? Pop 1 of 2. Nice 10. Now this one got a 7.5. Again, like the John Mateer. Hard to believe. But is this a base? So you can see the chip right here. There's a huge chunk of foil missing. So now I know. I think that was something that I was not knowing to look for. And then this must be foil here too. And you can see some of that same white that was on the Mateer card. So that's something to keep in mind then for the base autos, not the refractors, but just the base ones. And then on the back, maybe a tiny bit on that corner. Yeah, so 7.5 probably, mostly because of the foil. This one got a 7. Wow. Let's see. See what's wrong with this card. Well, the Bowman First is lower from the top than it is from the bottom. The U is also lower from the top than to the bottom. Not as much as the first though. The sticker might be a little slanted. Yeah, like the sticker is not aligned with the white kind of frame that's behind it. You can see it's a little on the diagonal here. So I guess it's a little off-centered top to bottom, maybe. Like this is a little bit thicker than this. No, that looks okay. Is this like a little scratch line here? Maybe this line here. Here, and here. And maybe here, if that's on the card. There might be some smudges or just like stuff that you could, like this spot, and spot that you could rub off with a microfiber if you had the card in person. And on the back, I'm not really seeing anything with the corners. So yeah, it must have been, these must be scratches on the card. They're really hard to tell, but if you zoom in, you can see these scratches if they're on the card. And then the sticker is a little slanted. A 7 seems pretty severe because it's pretty hard to see anything wrong with the card. I feel like maybe that one could have gotten an 8. And the last one here got a 9. And it's a refractor, so it doesn't have the foil problems. The numbers look good. There's a tiny bit of white here. Maybe a little bit of edge here. The auto trails off a little bit there. Maybe a tiny bit of white on the bottom here. And then on the back. Yeah, this card looks pretty good too, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes why they got the grades that they did, but overall on that order, there were 12 cards, and I got 1 or 2, let's see, I got 110 here, 2, 3 10s, 195, 1, 2, 3 9s, and the rest were 7 and 7.5. So like a 50% of them were 10s and 9.5s and 9s. So not too bad. Not too bad. And on the COM-C end, I'm still waiting. It's running a little bit behind. I think the CGC grading is much faster on Fanatics Vault than it is on COM-C, because I'll show you, I sent a card that was due back a little bit ago, and even then it just takes longer. Where is it? This one was due back on the 20th, and it's an 8-week turnaround. That's crazy for 8-week turnaround, and it's $17 on COM-C. On here it's $10, and it gets me back in 8 days. So COM-C is 8 weeks for $17, and it's still late. Versus on Fanatics, it's $10, and it's it takes them 8 days to turn it around. So if you're gonna submit to CGC, you should definitely do it through Fanatics for cheaper and a lot faster, rather than doing it through COM-C. You're gonna pay almost twice as much, and you're gonna wait 8 times longer, almost 7 or 8 times longer, and I'm still waiting for this card. They're also a little bit late on the processing as elite cards so that I can list them over $100. This one was supposed to be done on the 30th of October. Today is the 29th of November. It's supposed to be a 2-day turnaround, and I sent them messages about this and this one and a few others. This one, and this one. So there's 4 of these cards that I've been waiting for a month for them to reprocess as elite. The only thing I'm thinking, they might be stored in a remote location, and because they were sent to my ComC mailbox, and so they might say that it takes like 2 or 3 weeks from being stored at a remote location to get to where they can reprocess them. This one was reprocessed pretty quickly, and this one too, the essential credentials, I sent that one to auction. So that's it for the grading video. Thanks for watching, and I will keep you posted on the next batch when that comes out. I have a big card that's with PSA. That's a Jeremiah Smith auto, numbered out of 10, VIP gold pack. That should be over $1,000 depending on the grade. Maybe a couple $1,000 if it gets a PSA 10. So I'll definitely do a video when that card comes back. It should be any day now. And thanks for watching the video. See you next time.